Hello, welcome back, sleepyheads, guys and gals. We're new, subscribe if you're not. Well, it is what it is. So right now, what I'm gonna do is switch it up a little bit. For this week, we'll have my Furry Protogen 2, and then next week, I'll go back to I Wanna Hug That Gator. But yeah, over here having a wonderful time, night, morning, afternoon, I don't know, but let's get back to the game. I'll try to, when I said this week, I'll be focusing on my Furry Protogen. It's gonna be like one of those, my typical playthroughs and stuff. Yeah, we'll try to shut this thing down and take it back to the ship with us. I think I read that, but who knows? Do you know how to shut it down? I raised an eyebrow skeptically. Juno hummed. No, but we'll at least try. This thing's obviously artificial. Since that's the case, Pixie might be able to deal with it by controlling the bot. If the bot is damaged, Pixie will be fine, but we approach it, I'm sure we'll share the fate of the animals strewn about around it. I nodded, staring at the glowing device while Juno contacted Pixie. Soon the jet lowered into the shore not far from us, and Juno went inside and came back out with a small robot in her hands. Let's see. Pixie, do your thing. Yes, Juno. Juno placed the robot, remotely controlled by Pixie, on the sand, shifting its small wheels. It scuttled towards the device, quickly covering the distance. It's a good thing this stuff doesn't work on inorganic matter. The bot controlled by Pixie began to probe the device, and after several minutes of waiting, it finally managed to shut it down. Let me just check. Yes, we are absolutely recording. Sorry about that. The faint purple glow had ceased, as if the little light bulbs in the crystals had been extinguished. Juno and I looked at each other and stepped hesitantly towards the device. Juno picked it up with her tactical gloves and twirled it around in her hands. It looks like some kind of artifact. Can you tell what it is? It's kind of like a drone. Or no. Those things are like battery source, right? Or like packaged, whatever those things are. Those like cylinders on top of its like head. The one that kind of looks like eyes, when you think about it. I look around the device, hoping to magically figure out what to do with it, how to destroy it, as if an instruction manual could be found on its shaft detailing what to do next. Well, not quite. It's odd. It feels like the crystals are about to explode. This is the first time I've seen something like this myself. But after I do some research, I think I can figure out how it works. Juno activated the communication channel with Pixie again. Pixie, get the lab ready. We need a quick analysis. Yes, Juno? We went to the jet waiting for us on the shore, and Juno took the device inside, going straight to the mini lab. I waited outside, eyeing the halo around the hole in the sand where the device had been. When Juno came out, we were both silent for a while, looking at the animal corpses. Juno pulled out some bags and placed a few samples from the bodies inside. Do you think we can find the other devices that are placed here and disable them? Juno shrugged, hesitating. Theoretically, yes. It will take some time, but we can try. And there's a chance we can save this place? If we disable all the devices, I mean. Juno sighed, unsure how to answer my question. I don't know. We won't be able to make that prediction until Pixie finishes the analysis. We don't know how long these things have been here. The process may be irreversible, but its range is still small if we hurry up. There's a chance, right? There was a stubborn hope in my voice that didn't want to leave me. I wanted to believe. I wanted to do everything in my power to save this planet. It didn't matter if there were no sentient beings here. Everything else on this planet was living, blooming, and growing. It was a beautiful place, brewing with life. Yeah, not gonna lie, I guess because it kind of low-key reminds me of Earth. There's blue skies and all, sunny, like warm breeze of the ocean, or the ocean breeze and the warm glowing sun enlightens the yellowy hue of the beach. My conscience wouldn't let me leave everything as it were, but I also understood that Juno was not a magician. We could only try to do what we could to improve this situation. We'll do our best, Brizzy. We'll find the next device and figure it out, but first we need to conduct an analysis. Why wait? We can find them and shut them down right away. We don't know if there's any point in shutting them down. I don't think this planet could be safe either way. We can't know that for sure. What if those few hours of wait leave this planet no chance? I'm afraid it doesn't matter anymore. Brizzy, you have to understand, we don't know how this thing works. We don't know how long these devices have been here, and even if we find them now and disable them all, it won't make any difference. She's got a point. There's just too much info that we lack right now. Quite risky to jump the gun in a way. I sighed, realizing it was useless to argue. Juno was right. It was necessary to get rid of the device at once to prevent what had happened, but we couldn't do that. The thought of the time we'd wasted checking in on Xena made me nervous. What if we'd arrived sooner, just a few days? Would we have caught the moment these devices were placed here? But it was too late to think about that now. The feeling that we'd miss again, that we'd lost another round, slowly appeared in my heart. Breezy, it's going to be okay. We got the sample and now we'll do what we can. Pixie will analyze it and we'll find out how exactly it affects the planets. I understand, but I just can't sit around and wait. Feels like we're always running late. You and me, brother, you and me, always running late. Juno nodded understandingly and put her hand on my shoulder, squeezing gently. The analysis shouldn't take more than a couple hours. In the meantime, let's just have a little fun, relax. Look at this gorgeous beach. Oh my god, we're already getting the beach episode. Look at this gorgeous beach. The water must be pretty warm. An encouraging smile appeared on Juno's helmet. I snorted sourly at her suggestion. Are you suggesting we just rest while this planet dies? I can't do that. I can't just sit back. I've been sitting around for so long. The frustration in my voice was obvious. I was disappointed in myself, angry at the situation, and a little angry with Juno suggesting that we could afford a vacation at a time like this. We're not gods, Brizzy. We can't influence time. There's no point in rushing and blaming ourselves now. We're already doing everything we can do, which is true. It seems like it's nothing, but in reality we are making huge progress towards our goal. I gave you my word that I would do everything in my power to avenge your planet and I won't take it back. Juno's words made me cool down a little. My shoulders slumped, the fervor, no, I said it correctly the first time. The fervor gone from my voice. I know, Juno, it's eating me up. I mean, we're right here, right now, when this is happening. And there's nothing we can do? Juno smiled sadly and shrugged. Sometimes all you can do is accept it. Look at what a beautiful place this is. We don't know what will happen to it or how long it will be like that. And even if everything here dies, in billions of years it may be rebuilt again and life may be here again. For now, we can just enjoy this place and remember it. No one will know that this planet was like this and we are the only ones who will remember it. Juno's words made sense. I looked at the shore, the blue water, the landscape unfolding before us. You know what I see? A good place to put up a Minecraft house. Indeed, this planet was in a remote corner of the universe that few had even charted. Now if it were to disappear forever, it would only remain in our memories. Just like my planet of which I am the last surviving inhabitant. You're right. We should probably relax a little if there's nothing else we could do. Juno smiled and nodded. Great, I'm going to throw these samples in the jet, run some tests to make sure this water is safe, and then I'll change to my new swimsuit. Oh my god, we're already getting the beach episode. This looks like I have to actually add in some vision blockings, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, censorship, pretty much. Juno heard the jet, and I remained standing in the warm sand, listening to the sound of the waves, the whisper of the wind, the rustling of leaves on the huge trees. I kicked the shoes on my feet and got rid of my outerwear, remaining just my underwear. Alright, definitely gonna have to not show anyone this, but damn, I should got a bit more detail, not gonna lie. Check this game out on Steam. It's not for free, but you can support the creator, the team behind the game. Soon Juno emerged from the jet, dressed in a blue swimsuit without any armor. I looked at her with admiration. God damn, we headed for the water. Juno took her inflatable ring and threw it into the azure water. I stepped into the water just after her. There were rocks on the bottom, tiny colorful fish swimming, and aquatic plants flowing in waves. At that moment, all the worries in my mind faded and I forgot about the mission and just dove into the water. After some swimming, we went ashore and Juno suggested we try some of the local fruits hanging from the trees. Oh, I can see some fruits alright, they're quite humongous. This idea seemed dubious to me. After all, we didn't know what kind of fruits these were. But to reassure me, Juno did some quick tests and made sure they weren't poisonous. Her body could accept any kind of food, but my stomach was much weaker, especially when it came to alien fruits. We gathered everything. Honestly, I mean, he is human. It's pretty RNG, you know. Sometimes you got insane genes where you could just digest anything, and sometimes you get someone like me, you know. It's an acquired immunity, pretty much. Slow, minimal consumption of something that you're not really used to. Same thing with acquired taste, I guess. We gathered everything we saw and sat down the sand to taste it. Most were bitter and viscous on the tongue, but some were so sweet that your mouth seemed to fill with sugar. Juno and I made the decision to make cocktails out of them. We quickly grabbed utensils from the jet, got drinking water and ice, and mixed everything together. That's a good thumbnail as well. While I sat on the shore savoring the taste, Juno went back to the water and was now sitting on her floaty and sipping the cocktail. Juno drifted on the waves, swaying and dangling her legs. A question popped to my mind and I shouted my thoughts at Juno. What if there are some sea monsters living here? Juno laughed upon hearing my question. I guess we won't know until we see them. But don't worry, I'll be there in time to save you. Sorry for the background noise. Someone is absolutely destroying their vehicle's brakes right now. Don't worry, I'll be there in time to save you. I jumped into the water and approached her. And who will save you from it? I'm not a fast swimmer, you already know that. I was just joking, Breezy. There are no monsters here. Why are you so certain? Anything that big doesn't swim close to the shore. There's no room for them to spread out. It's too shallow, which is true. But in the depths where no light can be seen, Juno was mysteriously silent and grinned. I shuddered, staring out at the water far below the horizon. On my planet, there were all sorts of legends about sea monsters. Of course, I'd never seen them. I never spent much time near large bodies of water to begin with. But those stories, they always gave me goosebumps. You can't really see what's under the surface. Well, most intelligent species have some kind of stories about sea monsters. It's a manifestation of people's fear of the unknown. It's one of those ancient, deep-rooted fears ingrained in us. Fear of the dark. But the deeper you stare at the dark, the more questions pop up. And it's more like, you're not really afraid of the dark. You're afraid of what's in it. You're afraid of what you don't know. The unknown. By the way, what were your tribe's sea monster tales? I grinned, shrugging my shoulders. Well, let me think about it. There was a story about how Heavenly Mother cursed a guy who liked to steal fruit from her garden. According to the legend, this garden was somewhere in the center of our world. The entrance to it was open to everyone. No one was forbidden to go there and admire the beauty and eat the fruits and berries with which the Heavenly Mother had gifted us. She was kind and generous, but only if people were honest and open with her. This meant that they had to treat the garden with respect and never take anything out of there, not even a bug or a leaf. Reminds me of, I'm pretty sure everyone knows about this, or at least most people do. The Garden of Eden. But one fellow, his name was... What is this? Kears? His name was Kears. He was dishonest and used to steal the fruits from the sacred shade tree from the garden. They were delectable, unlike anything that could be found on the outside, and because of that, Kears decided to take them to sell. The Heavenly Mother knew what he was doing, for she watched everyone tirelessly and knew everything about every soul. Sorry, cracked my neck if you heard that. Hopefully not, but she did not say anything to Kears. So Kears got cursed. I get it. Hoping that he would come to her and apologize for his insolence. But Kears had no intention of doing that. He was stealing fruit every day. Damn. Man was doing business. Soon he became so bold that he began to tell that the Heavenly Mother herself had gifted him with these riches, that she had allowed him to sell them because he was a good and upright man. When the Heavenly Mother heard this, she became furious. That night she cursed him, turning him into a huge, ugly monster and put him in a deep, remote lake so that he would no longer be able to deceive people. So Kears lived there eating small fish and scaring away the occasional diver who passed by. For his impudence and greed, Kears was punished with loneliness. He begged the Heavenly Mother for forgiveness, but it was too late. So he remained a monster until the end of time. As ugly on the outside as he was on the inside, and as huge as his ego. Juno listened to my story in silence, and when I finished, a smile appeared on her helmet. Wow, what a great tale you had! Did you believe in any of those? Well, I believed in a lot of the things when I was a kid. And when I grew up, of course I stopped. The elders told me that they supposedly remembered how it all happened and even said they saw that lake. But of course, it's all just baloney. Well, tell me more. I smiled and shrugging my shoulders. Well, there are too many of them, Juno. What about you? Do you have any legends and tales to tell? I mean, from other planets that you visited. Juno fell silent and puzzled expression appearing on her helmet. Now that I think about it, though, she told me some stories about their mythology, but it was something very strange, and I can't really remember it. Strange? What made it sound strange? It was a series of unfortunate events. I'm just kidding. That's a series slash movie. It was a series of unusual tales about an immortal guy protecting mankind by sitting on his throne, with many factions and many smaller stories about different events. Ah, yes, Warhammer. It was odd because unlike most of the mythologies which tells about gods in other worlds, this one tried to imagine what happens in space when these species didn't know anything about it. But it was such a bore that I can't even recall any particular story from it. That's too bad. I would have listened to other civilizations' myths. Holo myths. Hey! Soon Juno got out of the water and tossed the inflatable toy into the sand. She then sat on the shore, basking, drying off under the warm rays of the sun in the sky. You know, it's good to, bathe in the warm sun or in the warmth of the sun in the morning. Never do in the afternoon or close to the afternoon, close noon. Yeah, horrible. We fooled around for a bit, throwing handfuls of sand at each other, then we both settled down across from each other and just enjoyed the moment. Seeing her beautiful, relaxed figure in the sand made me want to snuggle closer and never let go. Not him. It should have been me. Not him. I wanted to shout to the world how much I loved her and how good it felt to be with her. In that second of utter bliss, there was no dark past or frightening future. There was no mission, no heaviness in my heart from the responsibility I had taken on. No conflicting feelings that made me feel irritated and constantly angry at everything around me. The sky was so blue that its brightness made my eyes ache and the sun seemed to embrace us on all sides. I didn't know how long we lay like that until I heard a beeping sound that broke the silence, a signal from Pixie that the device analysis was finished. Ooh la la, I'm curious, what findings will they get? Will we finally find the weakness, a source maybe? Maybe a Furry Protogen 3? 33325 from I'm a dumb tree. I rose from the sand, shaking myself off hastily and pulled my clothes back on. Juno followed me, we both headed towards the jet. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was anxious to see the results in the whole... Sorry, my stomach and heart right now. Sorry about that. I was anxious to see the results and the whole time Juno was studying the results of the analysis. What? Did you find something? I'm not sure yet. It's hard to draw conclusions from one sample. We need to get the others and analyze them accurately, which will take much longer. If we go now, we can do it all before dark. But I'm sure now that it's safe to deactivate all of the devices, at least that's something. Juno looked out the window of the jet. The sun was still pretty high. Then we have to move out. The sooner we go, the sooner we'll be done. You think we have a chance to save this planet? Did this I'm sorry. I'm just not locked in right now. Did this analysis tell anything about that? Juno just shrugged her shoulders. I don't know, Brizzy. I don't want to jump to conclusions and give you false hope just yet. Exactly. Before, I usually just say, hey, I'll do this, I'll do that. But then there's an expectation from the person you're talking to. And what if it occurred that, hey, I couldn't be there on time. I couldn't, put this on time, what I said before the deadline. And it just ruins your image towards them, But if it's like someone that you absolutely don't give a fuck if they hate you or not, right? Screw it. Promise this and that. The worse they think you are, the better, because they don't really know who you are, right? But at least we'll try, right? Oh wow, I just said right and now another right. Of course. I nodded, ready to act. Juno turned in the jet and adjusting the locator gave Pixie the coordinates where we needed to go. I was seized with impatience, a thirst for action that could not be contained. The whole time we were flying to the next point, there were only 2 points on the map. I was fidgeting in the seat of the jet, tapping my feet on the floor in a nervous rhythm. Juno didn't say anything to me about it, though I could see her eyes on me every now and then. Finally, the jet hovered a couple of meters off the ground at the desired point, a small field on the other side of the planet. We'll land here and walk to the point. Juno took to the locator, but I was in no hurry to join her. I think it would be wise if we split up. That's insane, my man. You're like the squishiest guy here. Like, no pun intended. We humans are like, sometimes... No, we're like squishy. No matter how much we can train ourselves, but I mean, by the end of the day, like... anything beyond human damage yeah, we're not good. We're not kosher, you know. We're not chill like that. I think it would be okay. As soon as I finished my suggestion, which was admittedly more cocky than I thought, Juno became silent and her helmet displayed an expression of silent shock. What? No! Listen, we gotta listen to the waifu, my man. Clearly she knows more, and she's way, way better at most things. So it is what it is. I'm gonna end this stream right here, sorry. I'm gonna end this, yes, I'm planning on streaming still. Right now, I'm just extremely tired. I'm really sorry. I'm not delivering here. I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you're not the OG viewers, but if you're not new, you know the drill. Sorry about that. My mind is just not in it right now. Hopefully it will be in the next couple of days or weeks, because there's just so much stuff I have to do. And I don't want to throw that baggage towards you, the viewers, of course, people who watch me, people who support me, because it's not right? Is what it is. See you, everyone. Bye.